Hello, this is Dr. Robert Bouvier with Dr. and You. You came to this video to learn a little bit more about bipolar and mood control, and we're going to do three different videos. And she's here to discuss her personal challenges at 48 years old and back when you were in, 9 or 10 when you first kind of had a hint, but definitely when you were 18,
Yes.
knew that you had a problem. But it wasn't until really 45 where you made that final decision. What were the circumstances there with that final decision?
I'd spent the majority of my life trying to figure things out, trying to address the depression and the bipolar aspect of
Trying to
things.
understand it.
Trying to understand.
But there was a turning point there, and I think your dad gave you, who's passed now, but
Yep.
he gave you a thought
Yes.
and a direction.
Yep.
What was that direction?
Proverbs 18:21, the power of life and death is in the tongue. So speak life, not death.
Because you were speaking
I was speaking
a
death.
very dark place
Yes.
for years and years.
Yes.
Which a lot of my manic depression bipolar patients have, and until you get that, I'll call it a spiritual fix, it doesn't really work, because you have to go from that dark place to the light, to the life.
Yes.
And that Proverbs, when she talked about Proverbs, the Proverbs from the Bible, Proverbs 18:21 really talks about that. Speak a little bit about the partnerships, and we're going to do 3 videos, like I said, but this is kind of the wrap-up video. So we're
Yes.
doing this one first,
Yes.
but we'll be talking individually about circumstances, about partnerships, and then about all the little twists and turns that happened, and those will be separate.
Yes.
But what about those partnerships that you've been successful in now? What are they?
Over time, I've developed a team that I work with, that I know I'll have to work with for the rest of my life.
So the
And
team
that's
members are
my pharmacist,
Pharmacist.
my primary care doctor,
primary care,
my
maybe
psychiatrist,
psychiatrist,
and a therapist.
and a therapist. And also, you have a pretty good significant other here that you've
Yes.
acquired over
Yes.
these last few years.
Yes, I
that
have a
is
very good
a
man
very
in my life.
supportive person,
Yes.
which really helps. So
that
those,
would be the number. I should have listed him first, but that's okay.
he won't mind.
He won't mind.
He won't mind.
We're good.
So kind of wrap this up. There's certain circumstances that came through. You finally realized at 45, and in my practice, I figure if I can get people to 40 or through 40, then that's about when they realize all these hundreds of relationships, which
Yes.
you can relate to, that were
Yes.
destroyed, more
And
on your
destroying
shoulders.
me.
Yeah, and that
And
also
destroying me.
destroyed you.
Yeah.
But really that switch between light versus dark, that
Yes.
dark place you were in, you went into the light, and you spoke life into your life,
Right.
prayed for life into your
Exactly.
soul.
And embrace that.
And embrace that.
it, even though it was hard at times, because the death and the dark have a hold on you.
Last question.
Yes.
Did you have to get rid of things out of your life too?
I had to get rid of toxic relationships.
Ah,
Whether it was with my children, with my ex-husband, with my mother, with friends, those
friends,
toxic,
family, co-workers, neighbors.
everybody. Toxic relationships were, I had to focus on figuring them out and then learning to walk away.
So this is kind of the wrap-up video of what she had to do to kind of get through everything. But we're going to focus in on circumstances, relationships, especially toxic relationships.
Right.
And then also kind of a timetable about personal accountability and the whole process. We'll get a little more in depth later. Again, this is Dr. Robert Bouvier with Dr. and You, and hope you got some good information from this. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.